Hey guys, welcome to another episode at the Subi Sanctuary here. We have a sweet GM6 coupe. This is our USDM version. It has a version 8207 in it, so I mean it is pretty sweet. This is the aluminum hood. It has aluminum dents in it. It has the 6 overcrest body kit, which is attached using duct tape and the odd screw here and there. The goal with this car is strip it back down, seal up anything underneath. The chassis otherwise is in pretty good condition. We do have the JDM smoothie bumper with the little splats on her. We're also, you can see in the overcrest kit, they don't have the molding, they just have this ridge. We're gonna delete this. And then we do have one rocker panel to replace on this and some strut tower patching. So overall goal, we are gonna end up molding on the entire kit, shaving some stuff and getting the dents and dings out, and then on to color, which we're not sure of at the moment.
Now that the wide body kit is off of the car, we can actually take a look at seeing what we have to fix before we can actually make it look cool again. Now the first thing is this rocker panel. Looks like somebody's been here before, and I'm thinking they didn't do this right. And there you have wire mesh with Bondo over it. So yeah, they didn't do it right. Bit of fiberglass, if you guys remember what the Datsun looked like. Some more of that wire mesh, Bondo. So I was expecting there was going to be rust here with maybe a little bit of filler. I was not expecting that much filler. We have all of the rusty outer rocker panel and a bit of quarter panel cut off of the car. Now I'm going to be hitting all the rust down here with a wire brush just to clean off all the flaky bits.
So we've made some gains off camera there. We got the rocker on, rocker cap, little inner floor patch. We've removed the molding here and filled in all the holes to shave that. Along with all the original riv nuts that were in here holding the wide body on, all those holes have been filled. Carrying on to the other side here. Same with the holes on the other rocker, which was good. It had riv nuts holding the body kit skirt on. And then finally the front fenders, which also had riv nuts holding the body kit on, all those holes have been filled, so we're kind of starting fresh now. And here we have the last of the metal patches. These are very primitive cut, so I'm going to go around and clean them all up. That's a shock tower, that's another shock tower, and that's gonna turn into a rear dog leg under the rear bumper.
So now that the rust repair on the rocker panel and a bit on the quarter panel is done, we're gonna actually start fitting the wide body quarter panel onto the car. We're gonna start by taping it on and kind of seeing how it wants to sit. I can see it's not happy. So we're gonna grab some Clecos and drill some holes once we got it kind of lined up and start Clecoing it in place, and then we can start seeing where we're going to trim, because we don't want to overlay the entire quarter panel on, or else you end up with some real poor fitment. Because if you just lay this over the stock quarter panel, it ends up being a lot thicker, so when you close the trunk lid you get some weird body gaps, and that kind of goes everywhere. Like, you get a weird step. So what we're gonna do is probably cut around here, and that'll give us plenty of room to help blend in the thickness of the new quarter panel so that it'll actually line up with the original body panels on the car. After struggling with the little saw there to cut the fender flares or over fenders, we now have plenty of room where we can actually blend this into the body, so that we're actually going to keep the body lines and body gaps original.
We're back, everything all epoxy primed, got a couple coats on this, so it should do good for corrosion resistance. Next step would be our seam sealer on any of the joints, and then we will get into some rocker guard underneath and carry on with the bodywork.
After Jesse finished all of the priming, I went over the owner's previous work and just added some seam sealer just to really kind of make it watertight underneath the new quarter panel. Last thing you want is, as you're driving, water to splash up and fill your trunk. I also seam sealed any of the patches that we had done. The work underneath it was never really much of a concern as to how it looked, as long as it was, you know, solid and watertight. Alright, with the panel back off, we can now see the line. Well, at least I can see the line. I don't know how well a black marker is showing up on camera against the black car, but you get the idea. I'm going to sand right about where that line is to just give us a bit of texture for the panel bond. Good news, the driver's side quarter panel has been fitted and it is ready for the gluing. Bad news though, the passenger side quarter panel will be nowhere near as easy, and I'm blaming that on the people who made this kit, because there's, well, first of all, this gas door hole is nowhere near the same shape as the gas door itself. Like, there's going to be huge gaps on top and on bottom unless we get to working on it. And then they gave us this piece, which is supposed to go behind the quarter panel. And it's not the same shape as the quarter panel, so it doesn't sit flush. Well, after a few rounds of heating the back plastic there, I've got it to fit poorly, which is a big improvement over it not fitting at all. Alright, now we're back with me and Jesse while we play with the most expensive glue we ever use.
Yeah, glue, glue, glue. So now that we have the rear quarters fitted, it's time to get the front fenders, or the front over fenders attached to the fenders. To do that, I've lined up the body line here, and I've lined up at the front against the bottom of the fender there. Well, we have reached the milestone. All of the over fenders are mounted. That doesn't need to be there anymore. But yes, she is no longer just a wide booty, she is a wide body. We got the front fenders on, and that means it's time to start body work, which means I forgot to start filming because I have started the body work. All of the transitions have now been filled and sanded. This is gonna need a lot more filler work just because we still, as you can see, got low spots and high spots and stuff going on. But don't worry, I didn't do the other side yet. So here is where I'm gonna be showing you guys the process of actually molding the kit onto the car.